So block is close by. Bending the knees, let the feet be mat distance apart, and then roll your back onto the floor. And with the feet this wide apart, it's easy to allow the knees to just relax in towards each other. So allow them to rest in. And start with one hand on your lower belly and the other hand on the bottom of your rib cage. So instead of like the chest or the heart region, which we often do, bring it down lower so that it rests on your upper belly. So right where the ribs and the belly meet. Just take a moment here to come into this space on your mat and come into this moment in time, a new year. And take a moment just to reflect everything that brought you here this morning, or for Anne this afternoon. And just a slight reflection, because if we go too deep into reflection of 2020, that might go on, but just a short reflection, an overall sense of 2020. And then transitioning into the present, into the now. And the space that you want to create for 2021. So as you lie here, feel yourself connecting to your breath. Allow yourself to also start to connect to your body. This region of the body, the neck, the upper back, just start to get a sense of how they feel today. You can even allow your head to kind of rock side to side, exploring just what one side feels compared to the other. And just allowing yourself to kind of rock to your own rhythm, but also feeling ease instead of trying to force it into something that it's not ready for yet. Just notice. Maybe starting to draw circles on the ceiling with your nose in the formation of a figure 8. So allowing a little bit more movement. Again, just exploring what's available to you at this moment. Nothing more, nothing less. And come back into stillness. And take a few breaths here, just noticing what the head, the mind feels like with that little introduction of movement. And keeping your head on the floor, reach for your block. Take your chin towards your throat, lift your head off the floor, and take the block underneath your head. So it's going to be on the flattest version of the block. And the edge of the block closest to you is going to rest right where your hairline is. So this is, I'll tell you what it's called, the suboccipital region. So it's where the occiput of the skull kind of ridges under and meets with the spine. So you're going to use that as kind of leverage for the spine. Then take your first finger to the front of your chin, and you're going to just lightly press your chin closer towards your throat. And you'll notice this creates a little bit more space in the back of your neck in that suboccipital region, and you can release your finger and then just rock your head side to side. So allowing the block to gently massage that suboccipital region. This is the space that when we are sitting at our desk or looking at our phones, often gets constricted with that head forward position. So this is, you might think this is the head forward position, but it actually creates more space in the suboccipital region. So you might start to feel that the neck is longer on the back and shorter on the front. Rock your head all the way to the right, allowing your ear to fall towards your right shoulder. And just kind of explore this space with the edge of your block until you find a more tender spot. And once you find that more tender spot, just pause and allow yourself to kind of soften into it, breathing. Again, noticing that the chin is tucking down towards your chest, or even almost coming up towards your throat. So you're creating, again, shortness on the front of your neck and length on the back of your neck. And then rock back to center. And draw your chin towards your throat and then taking it up deeper towards your throat. Draw your left ear towards your left shoulder and just gently rock a little side to side, exploring to find the more tender spot in that area between your ear and your spine and that suboccipital region. And once you find it, just pause and breathe. And then allow the head to come back to center. Take again your finger to your chin, push the chin towards your throat, and then draw it up. Notice the space between your chin and the top of your breastbone. It's almost as if you could hold a small egg there delicately. And we're going to use this movement a lot in today's class. So feel how drawing the chin towards the neck and then up towards the throat creates the space in the back of the neck. And then take your hands on either side of your block, slowly lift the head, release the block from out from underneath your head, bring your head back to the floor, and just again, make those figure eights with your nose. And bring your arms out to the side, T to the body, palms facing up. Walk your feet together. Press your feet into the floor. Lift your hips and move your hips slightly to the right. Allow both of your knees to remain stacked and falling all the way to the floor to the left side of your mat. So you might need to bring your knees closer towards your left arm to be able to keep them stacked. Take your right hand and place it on the back of your head. Your thumb and your first finger kind of resting on that suboccipital region, the hairline. And then use the hand to slightly pull the head back, taking the chin towards your throat. So creating, again, that little egg holding movement. And as you exhale, use your hand and your arm to gently twist your right elbow towards the left forearm. Roll back, right elbow coming to the floor to the right. Allow your head to gently turn towards your right elbow. And then using your hand, gently roll to the left. Lightly press the back of your skull into your hand, creating that sense of length on the back of your neck. And then roll back to open. So just do this a couple of more times. Each time you roll towards the left, push the back of your skull, the hairline into your hand, creating more space. And each time you roll open, letting your head kind of lightly open to the right. Last time. And you can feel this kind of all the way from your neck into the center of your rib cage. And release the right arm from behind the head, stretch it out long to the side, and bring the knees back to center. So both feet on the floor, press the feet into the floor, lift the hips and move them slightly to the left. Allow both knees to drop to the right and bringing the knees as far up towards your right arm as you can so that your knees can rest on the floor. Bend your left elbow and use your hand, again, thumb and first finger resting on the hairline. Gently pull, use your hand to pull your neck longer, tucking your chin towards your throat. And with an exhale, twist towards your right. Head comes off the floor, elbows kind of reaching towards the right forearm. Push the back of the hairline into your fingers to create more length. Tucks the chin in. And then roll open, allowing the head to gently fall off towards the left elbow. Create this movement a couple of more times. Each time you twist to the right, push the back of the head, drawing the chin in and up. Each time you roll open, allow the head to fall open to the left. Notice the space you're creating on the back of the spine as you roll closed, and throughout the side body and the front as you roll open. Next time you roll open, stay open, extend your left arm out to the side, and bring your feet to the floor. Roll to either side and press yourself up into a seated position. So we're going to use the block to sit on. So if your knees or your hips are not comfortable in this position, you can try first sitting on the block with the block between your heels, sitting up. And if this is not comfortable, you can just sit in an easy sitting position. So find whichever position is more comfortable for you. I like the knees because it allows my hips to be a little bit more in neutral with the sit bones on the floor or on the block, but whatever works for you.
Dixie.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Dixie. I can't see your legs. Can you move your camera down?
It's just because they're the same color as my mat.
The camera is not showing below your knees.
It is. Can you see my hands? They're on my knees.
No, I can't.
Can everybody
You can't
else?
bring your camera down?
I can, but I don't think that's I think it's your phone. If I bring my camera too far down, you won't see it when I get up. But
sorry to interrupt you. I just can't.
That's fine. No, I'm looking at myself on the screen and I definitely see my knees on the floor. Like my fingers are on the floor. I think it's just the color of my pants. I'm just in a kneeling position. Anne, can you see my knees? Yeah. I'm not sure if it's your camera, Louise, or if it's the color of my pants, but my camera is showing that I can see my knees. Okay, so on your knees, sitting on a block. Rest your arms down beside your body. So part of the neck is connected to the upper back, and oftentimes we're told to always draw our shoulders down our back, which helps to create more space for the neck, but oftentimes can create a tightness between the shoulders. And so we're going to work on just creating some mobility. So allow your shoulders to just slide up and down. And I'll turn to the side so maybe you can see it as well. So the shoulders just glide up and down. So lifting the shoulder blades up towards the ears. I know we've been told that's a no-no, but just allow yourself to feel movement in the shoulder blades. So they glide up and they glide down. And you might close your eyes and just feel the ease of movement and notice the sensation that that creates in the neck. And bring the arms forward. And the other movement we get in the shoulder blades is this kind of gliding forward, almost as if the shoulder blade wraps on the outside of the rib cage and back. So reach them forward, on the outside of the rib cage, and then allow them to glide back towards the spine. And allow the hands to fall, and see if you can put those movements together. So bring the shoulder blades up towards the ears. As you take them towards the spine, glide them down the back. As you take them on the sides of the rib cage, start to lift them forward. So just making circles with your shoulder blades. Kind of thinking of the sense of creating freedom here. And then switch direction. And let it relax, kind of shake it out. So the same motion that we made on the head, take your finger to your chin and push your chin forward. This is that computer position. And notice what automatically happens to the shoulders. Notice that that space in your neck, that suboccipital region, gets short. And then use your finger to push it back. So do this a few times, just feeling that it's almost as if your vertebrae are stacking to support your skull. And then can you do the same motion without the finger there? And come up and hold. Notice how as you draw the chin in and up, it's almost as if you're creating a sense of lightness in the entire spine. And bring your hands forward, palms together. Start to draw your chin towards your neck and then up towards your throat. Head starts to fall towards your chest. Look down at your chest. And then allow your shoulders to roll up as you round forward. Start to draw the chin towards your neck, up towards your throat. Shoulders roll up and back. Arms open, gaze up. Start to draw the chin towards your throat. Hands come together, upper back rounds. And just create this motion a few times. And keeping that awareness on how the chin drawing in and up creates length on the back of the neck and creates support for your spine. Good. And come forward. Let the shoulders drop. Let the head set comfortably on the neck. Come forward, release the block, and come to hands and knees. Spread your fingers wide, shoulders above your wrists, knees below your hips. Push down through your hands and create that same sense of rounding in your spine by pushing the hands down and allowing the shoulder blades to wrap on the outside of your rib cage. And then drop your head completely between your arms. Let the crown of your head release towards the floor and just kind of shake your head side to side. So releasing any tension on the back of the neck, the shoulders. And then let the head become still. Draw the chin towards your neck, roll it up towards your throat as you lift your head into neutral. So you find that nice neutral position here. Tuck your toes under, keep the chin tucked as you press back into downward facing dog. Knees bent. Press down through the hands. Rotate the biceps away from the ears. Draw the chin up towards the neck and throat. Look into your heart as you slowly start to move towards straightening your legs. And then allow the crown of the head to grow long towards the floor. Let the head relax. You can shake your head no a little bit just to release any tension. Bend the knees and walk your hands towards the back of your mat, coming into a forward fold, knees bent, feet about hip distance apart. And grab your opposite elbow with your hands and hang. Again, shaking your head no, letting tension go. And bring the hands behind your back. Clasp your hands to make a fist at your hips Elbows start bent, and then start to draw your shoulder blades towards your spine and down your back as you straighten your elbows and release the fist up towards the ceiling. So shoulder blades are drawing towards the spine and down the back. Back of the neck grows long, head falls towards the floor. Keep your knees bent. Start to draw your chin towards your neck, up towards your throat. So creating that kind of core engagement in the front of your neck as you lift up to a long spine. So the chin's drawing up and towards your throat. Crown of the head is reaching towards the front of your mat. Knees stay bent. Slowly lift all the way up to standing. I'm gonna have to move my camera again so you can see me standing. So feet about hip distance apart. Roll the shoulders up towards your ears, draw them down. Turn your head to the right and let your head fall, looking beyond your left or right foot. Take your right hand and place it on the back of your head, fingertips on the hairline. Start to push this part of your head lightly into your hand as you create a stretch along the left side of your neck. Maybe left hand comes to your hip, or maybe reach it behind your back and bring the back of the hand toward the outside of your right hip. Gaze is down. Draw the chin towards your neck, up towards your throat, back of the head, lightly pushing into your fingertips. Release the right hand. Use the right hand to push the head back to center, and then release both arms. Turn your head to the left and let your chin drop towards your chest. Left hand comes behind the right side of your hairline fingertips. Start to press your finger or your hairline into your fingertips as your chin draws towards your neck and up towards your throat. So you're not pulling on your head. You're more creating the sense of the stretch by pushing the head into the fingertips. Right hand comes behind the back and to the outside of the left hip, or anywhere behind the back. You're just creating that more of a sense of a lengthening of the back of the neck. Release your left hand, bring it to the side of your head, lift your head. Draw the chin in and up, arms come over your head. Reach through your fingertips and start to lift through the crown of the head, reaching up and back. So you're still got that neck long on your back. And then gently bend your knees and fold forward, coming into a forward fold. Knees can bend. Inhale, lift halfway up, chin draws in and up. Walk your hands back into downward facing dog. Once you're there, create the sense of length in your neck, and then drop to your knees. Let your head fall. Push down through your hands. Shoulder blades wrap on the outside of the rib cage. Start to take the chin in and up, coming into neutral. Turn your head to the right. Come back to center. Turn your head as much to the left as you can. Come back to center. Keeping the head in neutral. Start to allow your lower back to arch. So belly draws towards the floor. Push your rib cage out to the right. Your head and your tailbone moves to the left. And then go into that cat pose. Head drops, chin tucks in and up. Push your ribs to the left. Head and tailbone go to the right. And then come back into that cow position. And then start to take that into circles. So the ribs are moving in one direction. The head and the hips move in the opposite direction. And as you move through this, you start to gain a little bit more awareness of this rotation in the rib cage. Allow the head to kind of relax into it. So creating circles with the head. And come to center. Keep the left hand on the ground, back of the hand, or the head comes to the hand, comes to the back of the head. Start to push the hairline into the hand. Push down through the left hand as you rotate your right elbow up. Gaze moves up towards the elbow and twist, touching your right elbow towards your left forearm. As you rotate open, push the back of the head into the hands, gaze up. Exhale, twist open. One more time, push your head into your hand, gaze up, twist open, lift the right hand, and then twist close, taking the right hand behind the left forearm, taking the shoulder to the ground and the ear to the ground. Take your left foot out to the side, toes pointing forward. Allow your right toes to turn towards your left foot. Walk your left fingertips forward. So straight towards the front edge of your mat, stay up on your fingertips. And slowly start to walk your fingertips over to the right as you roll onto the back of your head. Gaze up towards the sky. You can stay on your fingertips, taking it as far to the right as you can, or maybe lift the arm completely off the floor. Rotate the palm up towards the ceiling and reach through your left fingertips behind you and your right fingertips reaching in front of you, almost pushing the whole right arm into the floor and reaching forward. Release left hand back in front of your face as you take your right foot back behind you. Bring your right hand to the ground. Tuck your right toes under and lift your left leg up into the three-legged dog. Draw the chin up and in. Lift up onto your right toes. Bend your left knee towards your chest and step your left foot up between your hands. Lower your right knee to the ground. Right toes point back. Come up onto your fingertips, walk them a little further forward as you sink deeper into your front hip crease. Draw your chin towards your throat and round your upper back. Keep that rounding of your upper back as you stack your spine up and lift your arms over your head. Chin draws in and up, lift your gaze up. Arms come out in front, palms stay together. Start to draw your left arm back towards your chest and then open it behind you and then rotate closed, palms touch. Again, as if you're drawing back a bow and arrow, draw the hand across the chest and then straighten left arm behind you and then bring it back to touch. One more time, pull open. Left hand reaches back, gaze towards your left thumb. Bring your right hand to the floor inside of your right foot. Left hand reaches back, gaze towards your thumb. Draw your chin in and back and bring the hand behind your head. So pushing your hairline into your fingertips. As you exhale, twist, bringing your right elbow towards your right forearm. Push through your right hand. Push the back of your head into your hand as you rotate back open. Gaze up towards your left elbow. Twist towards the right, reaching right elbow towards right forearm. Push into right arm. Draw chin towards throat as you twist open. Gaze up towards the right elbow. One more time, twist down towards the right. Push down through the right hand. Rotate open. Release both hands to the floor on either side of your left foot. Tuck your right toes under, lift your right knee, and step back into plank pose. So this is where I think that the chin tuck is kind of like a neck core crunch. So draw the chin in towards your neck and then up towards your throat, and just notice the difference that the stability of your neck creates in plank pose. Lower the knees to the floor. Sit your hips back towards the floor, towards your heels, and rest your forehead on the floor. And rock a little side to side. So allowing all the tension of the neck to release. Bring the elbows to the floor. Lift the head by drawing the chin in and up, and then gaze between your thumbs. Keeping your elbows on the floor, slowly come down onto your belly and stack your hands, resting your forehead on the floor, on your hands. Bring your feet together. Press the front of the feet into the floor, thighs into the floor, pubic bone into the floor, lower belly lifts off the floor. Start to roll your chin up towards your neck, throat to lift your head. So creating that sense of core engagement in the front of the neck. Just notice how that creates ease in your upper back. Release the forehead to the hands. Release the lower back. Take a breath in. Exhale out. Legs, hips press into the floor, belly lifts up. Start to draw the chin towards the throat. Maybe keep your hands on your head as you lift your head and chest off the floor. Release, forehead, hands to the floor. Bring your elbows under your shoulders as you come up onto your hands. So this is Sphinx pose. And if it's too much, you can walk your elbows forward to where you're comfortable in this position. Let the head dangle. Let the shoulders fall towards the ears. Keeping the head loose, start to roll the shoulders up towards the ears and then take them down the back and towards the spine. And then as if you're stacking your spine, draw the chin towards the front of the neck and roll it up towards your throat to lift your head and stack your spine. Tone the front of the belly. Sphinx pose. Release all the way down. Hands come under your shoulders. Press up to hands and knees. Tuck the toes under. Lift the hips up and back into downward facing dog. Find your little chin tuck. Lengthen your spine. Knees can be straight or bent. Walk the hands towards the back of the mat, coming into a forward fold. Bring your hands to your shins. Draw the chin in and up as you lift up into a long spine parallel to the floor. Notice how the more you draw the chin in and up, you create that sense of ease in your spine. Slowly release down, let the head go. Clasp the hands behind the back, opposite finger forward. Straighten the arms, shoulders down the back, create space in the back of the neck. Bend the knees, sitting the hips back. Start to draw the chin in and up. Lift up to chair pose. Tone the lower belly. Create your little core crunch in your neck. And then reach the arms over the head as you straighten the legs. So arms over the head. Grab your left wrist with your right hand. Reach the arm up and side bend to the right. So feet are hip distance apart. Start to create more sense of length on the left side body. Turn your head down and gaze beyond your right foot. Draw the chin in and up. Rotate left shoulder forward. Pull the right shoulder back. Breathe into the left side body. You'll feel it more on the back side of the rib cage. Keep drawing chin in and up. As you rotate the head to the left, turn the right shoulder forward, left shoulder pushes back. Reach both arms over the head and switch. So grab right wrist with left hand, side bend to the left, turn your head to the left, gaze beyond the left side of your foot. Push the left shoulder back as the right shoulder rotates slightly forward. So you feel this rotation kind of more in the mid side of your rib cage. And then turn your head to the right, looking under your right arm. Push the right shoulder back, left shoulder forward. Come back to center, both arms reach up. Either legs straight or knees bent. Hinge from your hips, keep drawing chin in towards your neck, up towards your throat, release forward. Crown of the head reaches towards the floor. Inhale, halfway lift. Walk your hands to the front of your mat, downward facing dog. Lower the knees to the floor. Push down through the hands, round the upper back. Push the ribs to the left. Rotate into the cat pose, rounded spine, ribs to the left, head, hips, or ribs to the right, head, hips to the left, and then arch the back. Start to move the ribs in one direction as you round and push through your rib cage. Allow the freedom in your neck and your hips. And then come back into neutral. Right hand stays grounded. Left hand comes to the back of the head. Lengthen the back of the neck by pushing the hairline into the hand. Inhale, rotate open to the left. As you exhale, left elbow reaches towards right forearm. Push the head into the hands to rotate open to the left. Exhale, twist down to the right. One more time. Lift open, stay open. Reach your left hand up towards the sky. As you exhale, twist. Left arm comes behind right, shoulder to the ground, ear to the ground. Step your right foot out to the side. Let your left toes turn towards your right foot. Come up onto fingertips as you walk your right hand forward. And start to walk your right hand off to the left as you roll onto the back of your head. Walking your left hand as far to the right as you can, possibly lifting the hand off the ground. Reaching right fingertips as far to the left as you can, pushing the back of the left arm into the floor and reaching fingertips to the right. So creating that thoracic mobility in the mid-spine. Keep breathing. Right hand comes back in front of the face, plants. Inhale, reach, left arm up, gaze up. Right knee stays down. Tuck the toes under, and then lift your right leg up and back, three-legged dog. Come up onto your left toes, gaze forward, step your right foot up between your hands, lower your left knee to the ground. Up on fingertips, walk forward as you sink deeper into your front hip crease. Draw your chin towards your neck and then up towards your throat, rounding your upper back. Keep that rounding as you start to lift up, stack your spine, arms come over your head. Draw chin in and up as you gaze up. And then hands come forward, palms stay together. As you inhale, draw the right arm back, elbow bends, reaches across the chest, and then elbow extends behind you, gazing towards your right thumb. Bring the hand back across the chest, palms touch. Inhale, pull the arm back. Let the head follow the gaze of the thumb. Draw it back in. One more time, pull back. Head follows the thumb. And then take your left hand inside of your right foot. Sink a little deeper, gaze back towards your right thumb. And then bend your elbow, taking the hand behind your head. Start to push your hairline into your hand, drawing chin in and up. As you exhale, twist towards your left forearm. Push down through your left hand. Push your head into your hand as you rotate open to the right, gaze up towards your right elbow. Exhale, twist. Reach right elbow towards left forearm. Push into the hands as you rotate open. Stay open. And bring your hands on either side of your right foot. Left toes tuck under, lift the left knee, step back, plank pose. Pause here. Draw chin in and up. Reach to the crown of the head. Lower knees to the floor. Send your hips towards your heels. So moving into child's pose, forehead on the floor, rock side to side. So allowing the tension to go. Release from the neck. And walk your hands forward. Lift your head, gaze between your thumbs. Lower your elbows to the floor and then lower down onto your belly. Stack your head on your hands. Feet press into the floor, thighs, hips, lower belly lifts. Keep your forehead and your hands together. Draw your chin in and up, so create the sense of the neck core. And then lift. Forearms, head, chest off the floor. Only as high as you can. And then perhaps cactus your arms out to the side, forearms parallel to the floor, palms down, lift, chin towards throat. Stay up, elbows come to the floor underneath your shoulders. You can walk the hands forward if you need less extension in your spine. Let your head fall. Roll your shoulders up towards your ears, roll them down and back your spine as you draw the chin in and up. Stack your spine. Coming up into Sphinx. Palms on the floor. Press down through the palms, perhaps straighten the elbows. Keep drawing chin in and up. Reach to the crown of the head. Release elbows to the floor. Chest, head to the floor, hands underneath your shoulders. Press up to hands and knees. Draw chin in and up, and then tuck the toes and lift up into downward facing dog. Press the hands down. Roll the outer armpits towards the floor, knees either straight or bent. Draw chin in and up, and then let the head go. Shake no. Shake yes. Find stillness and reach the crown of the head towards the floor. Shift your weight onto your left foot. Inhale, reach your right leg up and back into three-legged dog. Come up onto your left toes. Draw chin in and up as you gaze up between your thumbs. Knee to chest. Step right foot up between your hands. Lower your left heel down and in. Right knee stays bent above your ankle joint. Draw chin in and up as you lift all the way up and in to Virabhadrasana 2. So warrior 2. Arms extend long. Look forward, like towards me if you're facing me. Draw the chin in and up and then gaze over your right hand. Take your left hand to your left thigh. Take right palm up. Reach your right arm beside your ear. Take your right fingertips to the left side of your head and then allow your head to fall into your right fingertips. Start to push the head into your fingertips. So creating a little bit more length, and then draw chin in towards your neck, up towards your throat. Keep the head here, gaze up, straighten your right arm. Nice deep breath into your side body. Reach back up, warrior 2. Take your right elbow to your right knee. Left hand to your hip, sink deeper into your front hip crease, and then rotate your torso towards the mat, into the inside of your foot. Let your head dangle. Let your left arm dangle. So just allow it to kind of let go. Notice the tendency to hold your neck. Can you let it go? And the next time you swing your arm forward, swing it all the way forward, still looking down at the mat. Ear is inside your left bicep. Keep them together, draw chin in and up as you rotate the entire right rib cage up towards the sky, rotating open. Push into your right elbow, into your knee to draw your shoulder down your back. Left fingertips come above your right ear. Push your right ear into your fingertips, rotate open more, and then release the arm, straightening the arm, rotate open. Gaze down towards your right foot. Take your right hand to your right shin as you straighten your right leg. Reach left fingertips to the right side of your mat or to the front of your mat. Look down at your foot. Draw chin in and up. And then rotate your head to gaze under your left arm. Left arm reaches straight up towards the sky. So the rotation comes from the ribs, the shoulder, and the neck. Gaze down at your right foot. Hands on either side of your right foot. Step back into plank. Draw your chin in and up. This time, either knees, chest, chin, as we've been doing, or keep that strength of the core, including the neck core, and lower all the way down to the floor. Keep your hands underneath your shoulders. Draw the shoulders up towards your ears, towards the spine, and then draw them down your back. Draw the chin up towards your throat, either staying at this height or pressing hands into the floor to lift up into cobra pose. Draw the chin in towards your neck, up towards your throat, and then gaze up, pulling the crown of the head up and back. Come up through hands and knees, and then press back into downward facing dog. Allow the head to go. Shift the weight into your right foot. Lift your left leg up and back. Come up onto your right toes. Draw chin in and up to gaze forward. Knee towards chest. Step. Left foot up between your hands. Right heel down and in. Jaw chin in and up as you lift all the way up to Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2. So gazing over your chest, draw the chin in and up, and then gaze over your left fingertips. Right hand comes to your right thigh. Left palm turns up. Lift left arm up. Then bend the elbow, catch the right side of your head. Start to push the hairline into your fingertips as you gaze up, creating space on the left side of your rib cage. And keep that length in your spine as you release the head with the fingertips. Straighten your left arm. So the back of the head lengthens, the back of the neck lengthens as you draw the chin in and gaze up towards the sky. Come back up, Virabhadrasana 2. Lower the left elbow to the left knee. Turn the chest towards the floor. Drop the head. Drop the right arm. And just let the arms swing forward and back. So releasing tension. Releasing that overworking. And then start to draw the chin in and up. Hand comes to the back of the head. Push the hairline into the hand as you rotate left ribs open to the right towards the sky. Push down into your left elbow, shoulder draws down the back. And release your arm to your ear. Feeling that length in the back of your neck as you create that core engagement of the front of the neck. Gaze down towards the left foot. Left hand comes to the left shin. Straighten the left leg. Draw chin in towards your neck. And then rotate head to look under right arm. Right arm reaches up towards the sky. Ribs rotate towards the hand. Head looks towards the thumb. So you can find this sense of length in your spine, maybe reaching the crown of the head towards the front of your mat. Gaze down towards your left foot. Both hands come to the floor on either side of your left foot. Step back, plank pose. Draw chin in and up. Either lowering knees, chest, chin, or all the way down. Keep the core engaged, even the neck. Lower down, toes point back. Roll shoulders up towards the ears, towards the spine, down the back. Peel the chin in and up to lift into whatever version of cobra. And come up through hands and knees and sit back into child's pose. Forehead resting on the floor. Let it rock side to side. So hopefully you've gained some sense of awareness of the importance of the length of the back of the neck and that awareness of that front of your neck almost being like the engagement of your actual belly core, that it gives a sense of strength and stability so that your spine stays nice and easeful. Slowly shift forward onto hands and knees. Cross your ankles, have your block close by. And we're gonna come on to our backs. So Anne, I'm gonna give you, and I don't know if this is even possible with your spinal extension, but we're going into a bridge pose. I don't know if the lowest level of the block you can put beneath your pelvis. Otherwise, you can just maybe do a twist on your back. So bend your knees and walk your heels as close to your hips as you can. Bring your hands beside your hips, palms facing down. Start to snuggle your shoulder blades closer to your spine. And the shoulder blades are in neutral, so they're down, but they're not so far down. Here we are. Create that chin lock. So draw the chin in towards your throat and reach the crown of the head to the mat behind you. So keep that. Press your feet into the floor. Lift your hips off the floor. Clasp your hands beneath your hips to make one fist. Press the fist into the floor. Snuggle the shoulder blades closer together. Draw the chin in and up. Lift the chest towards your chin as you lift your hips as high as you can comfortably, or you can just use a block beneath your hips if that feels okay. Soften your throat, soften your jaw, and breathe. Release the clasp of your hands, lower your hips to the floor, release your shoulders. So this is where the real awareness of this chin lock and its relationship to the strength of your belly core. Bend your knees, lifting your feet off the floor and grab behind your knees. So your shins are parallel to the floor. Find your chin lock. So draw it in and up, and then rock up into boat pose. So Navasana, shins are parallel to the floor. Hands are still behind your knees. Draw it in and up. Find the crown of the head reaching up and back, and release your knees. Shoulders down your back, keep the chin lock. Maybe straighten your legs. So I find this awareness, the more you find release in the back of your neck by actually engaging the front of your neck, you find way less tension in your spine and more ease in core. Grab behind your knees, feet to the floor, roll down. Step your feet mat distance apart arms wide, T to the body, and just windshield wiper your knees side to side. So as you start to feel that rotation come up your spine, can you take your head in the opposite direction of your knees? Come back to stillness. Just allow your head to rotate a little side to side. And just notice if you can recall what your neck felt like at the beginning. How does it feel now? And then minimize the rotation side to side each pass until you find no movement. And stretch the legs long. Hands down beside your body, allow the palms to roll up. Find an even amount of weight on your shoulder blades, an even amount of weight on your hips. Notice the length in the back of your neck. As the chin lightly draws in and up. Allow your mind to come back into the slow rhythm of your breath. As we create more space in our neck and our shoulders, we might find more ease and softness in our breath. We might feel that the breath naturally moves deep into the diaphragm and that space between the ribs and the upper belly. One of the many things that causes neck and shoulder tension is low and shallow breathing. In other words, use the muscles of the neck and the upper chest to breathe, and they become overworked and taxed. And it can show up as the shoulders lifting towards the ears, and that ever so common feeling of neck and shoulder pain, tension. As we find ways to create more ease and comfort in the neck, we find the ability to breathe deeper, which means lower, not necessarily bigger. Just notice where the movement of your breath resides. Can you shift that awareness deep into the bottom of the rib cage and allow for as little movement of the upper chest and neck as you can. So if nothing else, 2020 has led us to create change, forced us to change. And part of change means that we have to let go of things that no longer serve us. And as we let go, we create a sense of release and freedom. And not be held back by ways of the past. And being present in the now, so we can appreciate what is to come. And keeping your head heavy, bend your knees and roll onto your side body. We have this automatic response to use our arm as a pillow. And if you feel the need to do that for your neck, please do. But maybe test the idea of just letting the head hang off to the side towards the floor. And then using your hands and your arms, slowly keeping your head heavy the whole time. Use your hands and arms to stack one vertebrae on top of the other, working your way up to the spine. Finally, bringing the head up to rest on your shoulders and just noticing after all that work where your head naturally sits. And bring your hands to rest at heart center. And draw your chin in and up as you bow your head into your heart. And thank you so much for your time, for your practice. We look forward to moving into this new year with you. The divine in me honors the divine in you. Namaste.